Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Destiny from Desphixs and welcome back to another video in the e-commerce projects using Django. In this one, we'll get started working with Razorpay payments integration in Django. That is what we'll be doing. Hopefully you will enjoy the video and learn something new. So let's get started. So the very first thing I'm going to do is open up my code editor and get back to the views POI. Then let's scroll all the way to the bottom. For now, I'm going to close up the terminal. And let's define a new function. Although we want to add in the CSRF exempts to it as recommended by Razorpay. And I'm going to create a new function called Razorpay underscore payment underscore verify. And just in here, we need to pass in requests and also order ID. Very good. So after this, let's go ahead and fetch the order by saying store underscore models dot order dot objects dot order dot objects dot get. And what do we want to get? Order underscore ID should be equal to order underscore ID. Good, perfect. So after we have done that, let's go ahead and say payment. That should be payment underscore method should be equal to requests dot get, and we want to get payments underscore method, which we'll be using later in this video. So now we want to check if requests dot method is equal to post. After we make a payment using Razorpay, all the requests and everything that we'll be needing, like the Razorpay order ID, payment ID, signature, and things like the utilities to verify payment signature, everything will be stored in the requests.post method. So I want to say data should be equal to requests.post. So all this will be sent back to us in the requests.post. Now what we need to do is go ahead and grab all these items from the requests.post. So I'm going to say Razorpay underscore order underscore ID should be equal to data.get Razorpay order ID. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it down here. So I need 3 more of this. Please, that should be in a string. Now this one is order ID, right? The next one should be payment ID, and this one should be Razorpay signature. Very good. So I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3 and basically put them over here. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. All good. So after you have done that, let's go ahead and create a new param underscore dictionary. And in here, we want to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to take these 3 things and pass them here. And I want to add all this to a string just like that. And there you go. So now I have a params dictionary that's storing these items. All we just need to do is go ahead and call Razorpay Client.utility. For now, we don't have this Razorpay Client imported, but let me show you guys how to get that. If you've installed the packages that I shared with you guys in the requirements txt, then you should have installed the Razorpay. To initialize it, you just need to say Razorpay underscore client should be equal to Razorpay dot. Okay, but let's import Razorpay first. I think I missed that out. So import Razorpay. Good. So this should be equal to Razorpay dot client. Okay, and in here it needs to authenticate using the Razorpay key ID and the Razorpay key secrets. So go ahead, sign up a free account on Razorpay, grab your informations, and let's integrate by calling settings.razorpay underscore key ID. And you also need to get your key secrets. For that, you will say settings.razorpay underscore key underscore secrets. All good. So when you have done this, that's everything that we want to do. Now you could take the Razorpay client, get all the way to the bottom here, and this is where we need to use it. So the very first thing we need to do is go ahead and call Razorpay Client dot utility, whoops, that should be utility dot verify underscore payment underscore signature. And just so you know, I got all this from the Razorpay documentation for Python. And over here, we need to then go ahead and pass in all this. See all this? You can pass in all this, or you can pass in the params dictionary over here. But okay, let's just pass in the params dictionary. I don't want to have you guys type all this out again. So this should do. That's one of the reasons why we created that in the first place. Okay. So when you have done that, we then need to go ahead and check if order dot payment underscore status is equal to processing. Basically what we've been doing before. So there's no need to type all this out. Okay. So we need to go ahead and grab this and this also. Then down here, so you might be asking, so Destiny, how do we then check if payments went through or not? So whenever we call this verify payment signature, it's go ahead and verify the payments details that we have passed in. If it fails, it will raise a signature verification error. So what you then need to do is go ahead, create we can put this in a try catch, yes, so that we can successfully catch the error if it occurs. Then you want to indent this just like that, and over here put an except. Let's say except exception as e, except exception as e. So if an error occurred, then it will catch the exception and return JSON response, maybe to the front end and with a status of field. You know what? Let's not return anything with a status of field. Let's go ahead and redirect. So I was thinking of returning the status a notification to the front end. Then instead of redirecting to the payments field, we could just show them that, hey, payments field. But instead, let's redirect. Okay. So I think this should be it. Yes, this should be it. Just one thing that we might be missing is this. Take this verify payment signature, put it in the try catch, and exception as E. Razorpay actually returns errors for us. So instead of getting exception as E, we could just say Razorpay.errors.signature validation verification error. So if this happens, for some reason, payment wasn't able to be made or verified successfully, we return an error and send them back to the payments field page. Let's see if everything is working well with our server. Yes, it is. Now, I'm going to take payments method and add it over here. So say order.payments method paymm. Let me make sure that I'm actually getting the right order here. Yes, I am in fact getting the right order. And there you go. This is payment status. This is payment method. So payment method instead of paid should be. You could even manually type this in. You could say Razorpay because this verification had to work with Razorpay. Okay. If you don't want to type this in, you can still take this payments method that we are grabbing and put it down here. Any of them is going to work. So after you have done this, let's configure its URL. Just call the Razorpay payments verify. And I'm also going to put this down here and also here. Good. So after configuring all this, hop over to the checkout HTML and locate the, I think I should actually have this Razorpay one for you guys here. All right, there you go. Can you see it? So before we actually do this, some things needs to go on in the checkouts page. So please hop over to your checkouts view rather, not page. Okay, over here. So there are a couple of ways to do this particular thing I'm about to do now, which is create a new payment instance for Razorpay. So let's say try, and over here, I'm going to say Razorpay underscore order, which is a variable, should be equal to Razorpay.client. And we want to add in auth should be equal to, I believe we have done this before. So even if you don't want to write out all this, you could just say Razorpay client, okay? So you just say Razorpay client dot order dot create, and this should work well. Okay, so what are we trying to create over here? In here, I'll open a dictionary and pass in a couple of things like the amount in Indian rupees. So this should be int, then amounts in INR. Remember that. And you also need to pass in the currency. So are you trying to pay with USD? Are you trying to pay with INR? Well, we are mostly interested in paying with Indian rupees. So I'll say Indian rupees over there. And also payment capture should be 1. Payment capture should be 1, which basically stands for true. Okay. So when you have done that, that's everything that we want to do in terms of the Razorpay order, except if an error occurred, just say Razorpay order should be none. Razorpay order should be equal to none. Please indent this. Good. So now that you have done all that, all we just need to do is go ahead and grab the Razorpay order and append it over here in the context. So to do that is quite easy. Just say Razorpay order underscore ID. Okay, should be. Then I want to call the Razorpay order, and we need to grab the ID from it. Only do this if Razorpay order exists, else pass none. So if for any reason you're not passing in the Razorpay order, you're going to break your program. Okay, so we only want to pass in the Razorpay order if it exists. If it doesn't, we pass none. And this is a more efficient way to write this. Okay, so when you have done this, you could take the Razorpay order ID that you just wrote and get back to the checkout. And you can see over here where we have this order ID. This order ID. That's not where you need to put it, okay? So don't get yourself confused. There you need to say order dot order ID. Order the order ID like this. And CSRF middleware, which is this one. You don't even need to do this. What you just need to do is pass in the CSRF token. Django automatically generates that for us, okay? Because method is post, it must have a CSRF token, okay? Now this is the one to verify the payment. Why is it looking this way? I don't really like how. Let's go ahead and change this up. So what I'm going to do is remove all this. And I'm going to create a Django URL over here. URL. And this is going to be store Razorpay payments verify order.order underscore ID. Good. Then we attach the query parameter of payments method. And after you have done that, that's about it. Let's change up the Razorpay key ID. I haven't added that in. I will add it in just in about 10 seconds from now. So firstly, add in the Razorpay underscore order underscore ID. Very good. Company, you can put whatever you want in there. E-commerce order is like the description. You can put the description over there. You can also put your logo. All those ones are up to you. Also put your team color. Actually, Razorpay is very, very customizable, and I really like that. Now, amount in INR should be this one. See this, take it, and in the checkout, amount in INR should be that. Good. Razorpay key ID, let's get that from settings and scroll all the way to the bottom to where we have Razorpay key ID. I'm going to take that and get back to the views PY here. And what we need to do is create a new key ID here. Very good. And what are we going to call that one? It's going to be the same as this Razorpay key ID. And please make sure that you're putting in settings.Razorpay key ID. Okay. So now you could take this Razorpay key ID key, get back to the checkout, and replace it with this one here. So with that, I think we should be done. Let's just try this out now and see what we have. Open up your page, and I believe we should add some items to the cart. Firstly, let me open up my port 8000 instead of the NGRock server that is being given to us. And I'm going to add this item to cart and open up my cart page. select address, and proceed to checkout. Okay, there you go. We are now in the checkout. I'll go ahead and click on Razorpay. Now, this button over here is actually coming from Razorpay too. That is because when you initialize the Razorpay, it tries to give you this this custom button that you could go ahead and start styling. But I needed my own custom button, so you need to programmatically remove this using CSS. So what you can do is in your checkout HTML, scroll all the way to the top and add this simple CSS. Yeah, see, Razorpay payments button, add it to display none. Okay, let's try it out again. So when you reload this page, let's see, it's now gone. Now all you need to do is wait till the page reloads fully, then we'll go ahead and click on Razorpay. Then now you could go ahead and click on Razorpay, and you can see it opens this page up for us. Very nice. And immediately opens up all this for us and asking for a contact detail. Do I really need to provide this? Whoops. I think we have an issue, guys. Yeah, I think we have an issue. Let's get back. For some reason, Stripe seems to be also loading up when we click on Flutterwave or when we click on Razorpay. So let's see what's going on. Firstly, for the payments, we have this in a form, which is the Razorpay one. So, okay, this is the issue. Remove this ID Stripe payments from the Razorpay button. That does not make any sense to be there. I believe you should also, okay, this one is not a problem. So when you have done that, let's reload this page. Now you could go ahead and click on Razorpay and let's see how everything goes. Good. Now for the mobile number, let me see if Nigeria exists here, even though it doesn't work in Nigeria, but it's a test. So hopefully it should. I'm going to put this number over here and continue. Okay. So we're about to pay for this and we are using as this. That's the number we are using. So what is the best way to actually pay for this? You can scan this using UPI. Actually, I think Razorpay is a really robust payment system. It's got a whole lot of other smaller gateways in them, and that's very, very nice. So let me pay with cards. But I need to get Razorpay test cards. Okay, we've got this one. This is a MasterCard, any future dates, random CVV. Very good. So I'm just going to put this down here. And any random dates, any CVV, name on card. I'm going to say Destiny Franks. Email, I'm going to say destiny@gmail.com, and I'm going to hit continue. All right, it's loading bank, processing payments, confirming payments. Very nice UI. Everything is looking nice here. So payments cannot be completed. International cards are not supported. Please contact. Yeah, that's because we're trying to make payments with rupees and we are using a USD card. So please open up this and let's grab an Indian rupee card to make payments with. Okay, so we'll try this out again one more time. But we need an actual card, an actual Indian rupee card to make payments with. So for Indian payments, let's take this. And over here, I'm going to put that in. Same with the CVV. Let's see. Random CVV and any future dates. Good. So then we'll go ahead and hit pay. Now it's loading up bank page. Now your company name is what's going to show up over there and your logo also. So I want to mark a successful payment. I'm going to click on that and let's see how it goes. So it's processing the payment. It's confirming the payment and payments should be successful. Very good. Now you should redirect us. So hold on. Okay. There you go. So this is what I want. I want it to bring me over here. Type object order has no attributes objects. That's the very first error that I can see. So objects should be objects. Good. So we wait for our server to reload and then we go ahead and reload this page again. Yeah, remake the verification. Oh, there you go. Payments paid. So guys, that is how to integrate Razorpay. See, payment was marked as paid. So that is how to integrate payments. But just one thing I want to do is redo this payment to be sure that it actually saved everything. Because if you're to take a close look, it seems like it didn't save the payments method. Over here, something seems to be a bit off. It didn't save the payments method here. Order of payments method should be equal to Razorpay. It was supposed to save this, but it didn't. So why is that? If a payment didn't go through, we're supposed to return back failed, right? So guys, let's try this out one more time. I'm going to get back here and reload this page. No cart, no item in cart. So let's add an item to the cart. And I'm going to open up my cart page. And before I actually redirect back to the checkout, I want to break out from my server and rerun it again. Because sometimes if everything isn't like totally synced well, it shows an error and things like that. So this is Razorpay. Let me confirm that that's why I called it here at the top. Okay, I called it Razorpay like this. So let me make sure that that's why I pass in here. Okay. All right, there you go. Our server has been reloaded. I will reload my cart page and proceed to checkout. Okay, let's select an address to continue. Select an address, then proceed to checkout. Now that we're in the checkout, go ahead and hit Razorpay. And I want to grab that test card again. Click on cards, put in the card number. Wait, did I copy that? I don't think so. Any dates in the future, any CVV, name on card, destiny, then I'm going to go ahead and pay. So I want to mark, firstly, before we even do that, let's open up our page here to see if it creates, yeah, it creates a new one. Can you see? It creates a new one called processing. Very good. And what we just need to do now is pay for this. This, no, wait. I'm going to recopy this card so I can remake this payments. Yes, cancel the payments. Okay, it's canceled the payments. Come over to card again and let's try this out one more time. So continue. Loading bank page. Loading bank page. Let's mark a success payment. Good, payment is successful. Now we will get redirected. All right, we got redirected and we can see paid over here. Let's refresh this page. Okay, this is working now. Can you see? Paid, and we have Razorpay in here. Very good. So guys, I want you to follow this same method. I'm giving you this as an assignment. You see how we added the payments method. Do the same thing for the Flutter Wave. I'm going to do only this one for you. Okay. Do the same thing for Flutter Wave. Change this to Flutter Wave. Now I want you to do the same thing for Paystack, do the same thing for Stripe, and do the same thing for PayPal. Save your code and test it and see if it works perfectly well. Okay. So that's it for payments method. We have 5 solid payments method that have been integrated over here, and it's actually very, very nice. We have Razorpay, Flutter Wave, Paystack, Stripe, PayPal, and PayPal credit and debit card. This is very good. In the next video, we'll start working with something new. If MangoPay is ready, we'll work with that. If it's not ready, we continue with something else. Maybe in the next video, we could start working with authentication or something totally new. But for now, that's going to be it. If there is something that you don't understand, if there is any help that you need, let me know in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to help you out. I hope to see you in the next video. And until then, mad love. Peace out.